What's up, everybody? I'm Sly, the movie guy, and here's my movie review on Batman Gotham by Gaslight. And it's directed by Sam Liu, the director of Batman the Killing Joke, Batman and Harley Quinn, and it's another Batman animation film. It seems like each year we get more Batman animation films. That seems fun. And in this film, in the Victorian age of Gotham City, Batman begins his war on crime as he scours through the dark to find the elusive serial killer, Jack the Ripper. Now, for me, I was very interested in this because I'm a big Batman fan. I always loved Batman through my childhood, through everything. I just love the character Batman. And the director, Sam Liu, has done the films I mentioned, like the Batman the Killing Joke, which I didn't mind. I know some people didn't like it. And Batman and Harley Quinn, I think his directing was fine. It just, the thing was too silly and cheesy in that one. Didn't like it. It was probably one of the weakest Batman animation film. And I was looking at Batman Gotham by Gaslight. I looked at the trailers. It looked interesting. I've heard about it on, I think it was like in the WonderCon or something. They were talking about it. And I was pleasantly surprised. I love this. This was by far in 2018 the best Batman animation films I've seen. I think this is the best one. Until the other ones come out, I'll see. But this one is so good. I like how this approach they took of putting it in an old era, because we never get a Batman film from the old era. We always familiar with the big cities in our modern day of Gotham City. This one is really good of taking that approach where they riding in horse carriages and everything. I like that. In the Victorian era, that's kind of interesting, Batman. Can we ever get a Spider-Man and other characters like Superman in that old era? I don't know. That's kind of a good idea if they want to do that. But I like how this storyline of they trying to figure out this Jack, the killer is Jack the Ripper. They trying to figure out what he's doing, how he's killing people. Because when stuff happens at night, then in the daytime, everybody in the city are thinking, is Batman doing this or not? And it's like a mystery, like a Sherlock Holmes type thing, and something like that. So if you look at that, it's like set in that old time era of the Sherlock Holmes days. So it really worked. And I love the voice casting in here. The voice casting is not better than the Batman animation series, if you know what I'm talking about. Like Bruce Greenwood voiced Batman. I think he does good. I don't think he's surpassed Kevin Conroy. He's the best voiceover of Batman. So for me, personally, I think so. I pretty much think everybody will agree with me on that. I think he does well in here. And just well the other casting. They do well in here. And it makes the story more investing when they do the voices of these characters, because it makes the story more interesting. And I like how this went a little bit towards adults. This is not a kiddie fest thing. This is not kid stuff. This actually has some scenes that just you're just gripped and it just gives you goosebumps. This is just how it does. It really takes its approach very serious. And I think it does it better than the last two films I mentioned and the other Batmans. The other animation Batmans have took themselves serious, but this one does it right. There's some stuff that kind of gets out of, that kind of is in there that kind of gets a little kind of silly. I'm not going to say too over silly, but the love scene with Bruce Wayne and his love interest with Selena, I think, in the animated series, it kind of does get a little silly, but it didn't go too silly like Batman and Harley Quinn. So that's the good thing. But I like that it kept keeping you guessing. This series kept keeping you guessing the whole time, and you didn't know who was Jack the Ripper. Nobody can't figure this out. Bruce Wayne is kind of confused. He's trying to find mysteries, and we know he's a detective. Batman's always been a detective, so So when we look, we're trying to figure it out just as much as him. As the audience, we trying to grip and trying to see the excitement. And I think that was investing. In the beginning, it got me hooked. When I saw Jack the Ripper, that actually got me hooked in the beginning. I thought that was how they just started off. This movie did not have slow burns. it kept it once it start, it got you in it just off the bat. Was I was like, okay, good. So I just really enjoyed that, how they just started off. And then we get so much good introduction of knowing Bruce Wayne as a character. In some arcs, we get to know him. We know what he's trying to accomplish. And then also, when it gets to the middle of it, we get to find people are thinking Batman's the killer, and it's not him. And we had to figure, and that was got me into it. I'm like, why are they blaming Batman? The whole time, the whole city is trying to figure out, and then they just put their whole mind of thinking it's Batman, and it's not. So, and then, but later on, they end up thinking Bruce Wayne did it, and then that's when things get crazy, and then that's when we get to the action scenes in the film where Bruce Wayne's like in the jailhouse. No spoilers, when he's in a troubled situation in the jailhouse. That's when the action comes, and the action throughout the film is perfect. I think the action does well, or what it emphasized. The action does extremely well in the film. The action is well done. I couldn't believe it. It's better than the last two films. It's better. The action pieces just does well in this film, and I think the drawings of this of the characters is beautiful. The Victorian, they made it look like you're in the age. It puts you in as an audience that you in this type of Victorian age era, and it's very exciting. I couldn't get enough of it. And towards the end, it's a twist. It's a twist, and towards the end, where I was just like, I was just shocked. I was like, I couldn't believe it. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It just shocked you. I'm not going to spoil it. If you get a chance to watch it, you watch it, and it just, I couldn't believe it. This literally gave me goosebumps, because all that what we went through from the first and the second act to the third act, I just couldn't believe it. And it ended off great. I just couldn't believe how much I was just so invested in the storyline from beginning to end of this mystery, and it gets to the end, we finally figure out. And that's where I think the third act really kind of sums it up, because it kept you guessing for the first and second act, which I think they did a masterful job, and Sam Liu and them and the screenwriters did good for that, and the directing and the writing of this animation. Overall, I enjoyed it, and the flaws I have with it though is I didn't care for the other characters. I didn't think they shouldn't have been part of the story. I didn't care for them in the beginning. I didn't care for them in the end. They popped up, didn't mean anything in the story. But that's just one of the nitpicks I have with it. Overall, I enjoyed Batman by Gaslight. I really enjoyed it. Until I see the other Batman animations, I really enjoy this. And I'm going to give Batman Gotham by Gaslight a solid A. I would like to know in the comment section, of your opinions, what do you think? Is this one of your favorite Batman animation films? Tell me what is your favorite Batman animation film. As always, if you like this video, click thumbs up. Or if you're new to the channel, click subscribe. That's all I can see you next time on Sly the Movie Guy. Peace. Put my thumbs up.